Kia ora everyone, welcome along to the Sal's NBL round 11. And the Taylor Hawks hosting the Steel Formers Mountaineers in Napier's Pettigrew Arena. Andrew Mulligan alongside Casey Frank tonight for the call. And Casey, this is a team in the Taylor Hawks who have locked their spot in the playoffs. And the Mountaineers looking for just their third victory on the season.
The Taylor Hawks are certainly a team that has locked in their spot, but having just welcomed their head coach Jacob Chance, they have a few things to work on, some things there. The Taranaki Mountaineers, on the conversely, will be looking to bring some smiles to the tail end of the season after a difficult and frustrating season when so many victories were very close.
Well, we were on the call last week in Franklin to watch them go up against the Bulls in a highly entertaining game with a lot of aggression and chippiness between a lot of teams and players and coaches who are familiar with one another, and that is your Ayers team, Marcel Jones and Ty Wynyard, an absolute handful in and around the key. And Marcel Jones, you know that he is a double-double waiting to happen, and also just loving the fact of Carlin Davison and his hops. And coach Trent Adam spoke to Clifton Bush moments ago.
All right, I'm here with Taranaki coach Trent. Been a tough season, up and down, but the boys have been fighting hard. What do you think going to be the keys to trying to get that victory tonight in the Hawks' Nest?
Yeah, it has been a tough season. We've shown signs of improvement over the last few weeks, and unfortunately for us, we can't keep it going for 40 minutes. So we've got to sort of, keep that locked in focus for the entire duration of the game and not patches throughout the game. So that'll be our key for tonight.
Awesome, Coach. Is there anything, coaches, is this time that you want to say to your fans and, supporters?
Yeah, they've been great fans at home all year. It's been outstanding with our home fans. So hopefully they're watching tonight, and we're looking forward to getting back in front of them for our last game next weekend.
Awesome, Coach. Well, good luck for the game tonight, Coach.
Thank you.
Yeah, difficult season for Trent Adam, but he's always smiling, which is good. And there is Marcel Jones. He can stretch the floor as well. For the Taylor Hawks, Casey, yeah, stacked comes to mind.
They're
absolutely reamed.
They are deep. Unfortunately for them, Daron Aruakawa not playing tonight. Guess what? Got a tall black backup. So in terms of the guards, I think there's one area that the Taranaki Mountaineers can compete with this Hawk squad, and that's on the interior. The size of Ty Wynyard. They really don't have anybody to combat that, but these horses like to run, and it's going to be tough to keep pace.
Certainly. Apologies to Murphy, Woodbridge and Ferguson, but all the attention is on the quality across the board for Hawke's Bay. It's just a matter of whether or not Jacob Chance can get all the pieces to fit in time for the playoffs, and where they sit in that scheme of things is something that is in the back of his mind, Jacob Chance with Clifton Bush now.
I'm here with Taylor Hawks coach, Coach Chance. Welcome to New Zealand. It's been a long time coming. But how has your stay been so far? And also, what do you think are going to be the keys to getting the victory tonight?
Stay's been good. Got in this morning at 7:30. Long trip from Melbourne. So keys tonight. Taranaki did a really good job these last couple of weeks. We're going to make sure we protect the paint defensively, and then offensively keep moving the ball. We want to play with pace, and that's a big thing for us tonight.
Awesome, Coach. Well, welcome again, Coach, and good luck for the game tonight.
Jacob Chance, he was on the coaching staff of the Perth Wildcats. He would dial in to Hawke's Bay trainings and talk to Kane Hokianga, who was the interim coach, and then Adam Ford, the former Sydney coach. He's now going to coach Kent's Taipans as we see the referees for tonight's game. He filled in for Jacob Chance. Now Jacob is here, and he is a timely addition. He can actually get some boots on the ground, as it were, and see where he can take this team.
Yeah, he did just show up today. Coach Adam Ford, assistant, now still on the bench. So a bevy of quality coaching for the Hawke's Bay Hawks. Of course, never to be dismissed is Kane Hokianga, who picked up the mantle there for the beginning of the season.
And there is, you can see Adam Ford there with the black beard. Adam Ford.
You're going to have to be more specific. It's the 2020s.
He has a lot of beards going along. You're absolutely correct. This Ayers team will be up against the Hawks, but stranger things have happened, and they have fought valiantly. They just haven't been able to get the dubs, and it's going to be a long night if they can't contain the sweeping momentum of a Hawke's Bay team in full flight.
This Hawke's Bay team likes to run. This is a fast team in the court right now. When Jordan Hunt comes off the bench, it gets even faster. When he runs the lane, he's going to put severe pressure on this pretty depleted team without Aaron Bailey-Knoll, who is not in the lineup this evening for the Taranaki Mountaineers.
So just the 9 players for the Airs on the trip across the North Island to Napier. Underway, Marcel Jones with the ball. And already the pressure of Ethan Ruspatch. He likes the idea of squaring up and oh, good. Fantastic. We have a shot clock issue, a game clock issue.
Yeah, I think they forgot to start the game clock there, so we'll restart it up. We'll give the ball to Taranaki and get things going. But I like what I saw there from Taranaki. Carlin Davidson playing a little bit of point guard, speaking to coach of the Taranaki Mountaineers previously. He really likes, Coach Trent Adam really likes his ability to, as a decision maker, not just his athleticism. He sees a bright future in his ability to see the floor, so it's nice to see him trying to develop that in the tail end of a difficult year.
When they ran against the Bulls last weekend, Casey, he had a number of assists for Trent Adam on screen now, and he's got a tremendous upside. I know that there are other leagues looking at him as well.
Yeah, I think definitely this is a young player who is on the radar of the teams in the Australian NBL as a developmental player. If he's able to go that route, I think it's certainly something you should think about. He's certainly got options at the collegiate level in the States too, should he be able to choose that route. He's got all the qualifications needed to go that way. But he's a bright future for this young man. And just starting to scratch the surface of what he's going to be able to do on the basketball court.
This is taking an eternity to get this right.
Well, there's 1 second off of the shot clock there, so I'd say just start it from here and let's go.
Why don't they just re-jump?
Well, you can't do that. That would take the ball away from Nike. They earned it fair and square.
No, you're right. We're underway, which is fantastic.
And we got those 6 seconds back. We really needed those.
Marcel Jones, Hiram Harris on him. Nice action with Ty Wynyard, and then Hiram Harris and Devondrick Walker. Well, they're going to have their hands full if they're switching on to Ty Wynyard down low, and that action between the 2 bigs for the Airs is always going to work.
Yeah, I love Hiram Harris's work rate, but he is giving up the back of a ute load of size on big Ty Wynyard, and I like that strategy. If you see that switch, give the ball inside to the big fella, let the big dog eat. The only question is, as we heard Trent Adams say in pregame, can they do it for 40 minutes?
Well, Ty Wynyard, he has had a journey in his young basketball life from a development player for the Breakers, recruited to Kentucky, one of the most prestigious universities, prestigious programs, an NBA caliber program, and then sort of fell out of favor with that program, came back to New Zealand, had a back injury as well to contend with, and now he's working his way back into shape, and he's looking good.
He really is. He's come a long way since the showdown a year ago. He's got himself close to the shape he needs to be in to play at a higher level. But it's just good to see him coming closer to what his potential is. He's still got a bright and long future as long as he dedicates himself to the game and puts in the work.
Just love to know what is going to happen with Kentucky players now that the NCAA has said you can pay them for certain aspects of their image, their image rights and things like that.
It's good. It's an interesting time. It's a little bit like the Wild West right now. Nobody's regulating anything, leaving it to conferences to do what they want. So good luck to the kids, man. Go get that money. Go get those bags, homies.
So we have a point in the game, and now we've got a whistle again.
Another clock issue, I believe. Oh my! Are we 19 seconds into this ball game?
Feels like 19 minutes.
It's been close too. Apologies to the viewers at home.
It is another technical issue, and we've got time winding down on the clock on screen.
There's an issue with that 19 seconds, so
yeah,
must be a little bit of delay for the scorekeepers there. There we go. There's the ball. Let's play some ball.
So it
Throw
will
it out
be
there.
The Hawks ball. And we've actually had 32 seconds of gameplay.
You don't hear a lot of genuine basketball games nowadays.
No, you don't. You don't.
It's a bit sensual for the first quarter.
It is quite sensual. I thought it would have been the fourth quarter stretch, and we've got some contact up high.
Jeez.
And Hayes Walker and Devondrick Walker both get
no relation.
No relation.
Actually, I'm not 100% sure on that. It's possible.
No, I checked. And so we're looking for our first field goal.
Oh, that's,
and then we have our first field goal.
Nice heads-up play. The good seal by Hiram Harris. Over the top pass. Excellent recognition with a quick strike.
Davison, nice work. And that is pretty basketball for the Airs.
That is a nice pass. Coming off the screen and putting exactly where the big needed it.
Devondrick Walker gets the bite on the jab step, but can't knock down the three after the separation. And here is Carlin Davidson at that one spot, Casey. Working again with Wynyard. And then just the finger roll just rolls out across the top of the rim, and Trent Adam wants that action. It's quick basketball. Here's Devondrick Walker initiating the contact, so no whistle call with the foul. And Hayes Walker to Marcel Jones. He has been around the world. And 3 ball in the corner. Telfer with the miss. Reese Vague. Rospatch, the look away to Vague. And he knocks down the 3.
Well, both teams really using penetration well to open up looks on the outside. On one end, the Taranaki Mountaineers miss a shot on the other. Reese Vague bangs it home.
Here's Davison again. Turnover.
Nice read by Walker to get in that passing lane, a little telegraphed.
Reese Vague gets blocked by Davison.
Oh, and he get him a little flex as well. Oh, no.
And sloppy at midcourt. Reese Vague trailing.
Oh, get it out again.
Wynyard slaps it away, and looks like Reese Vague has pulled up Gimpy with a knee. And Jacob Chance is looking at him, asking him if he's okay, and he seems to be.
Back-to-back blocks by the Airs. Getting up in the air for those rejections. Davison first, and then Ty Wynyard with a great recovery on what was a sure 2 points that was snatched away at the last moment.
Vague. Couldn't bang it down.
You talk about the size of Wynyard. That's one way to neutralize it. Make him guard those big guys shooting the ball out beyond 3. 1 for 2 is Vague now.
Hayes Walker. Marcel Jones. So much rotation on that shot, and it just rips the twine.
He has a skill for putting the ball in the bucket.
Nice look. Jared Kenny finds Walker, who knocks down another 3.
A really nice pull out of the corner by Walker. Jared Kenny knew exactly where his shooter was coming off and delivered it right into the shooting pocket for the assist.
2 threes now for the Hawks. Ty Wynyard. That's a soft hook.
Man, is it ever? He was a little bit bobbled, but still found the range after catching it.
Jared Kenny stepping his way through. They won the continuation.
Ooh, not sure why. Once the whistle came, the ball was picked up. Looked like it should have counted from our point of view, but the refs in the gray shirts disagree.
Steal. Carlin Davidson with that athleticism. Hayes Walker on the reverse.
Oh, a lot of contact. No call there.
Walker, it's a 3-on-2. Rospatch left hand, money.
Love the counterattack by the Hawks. Carlin Davidson plays great defense on one end to create an opportunity, and not converted, but the Hawks right away on the attack for the layup.
Davison lost the handle momentarily. Oh, nice look from Marcel Jones, and Ty Wynyard's causing problems for a smaller front line of the Hawks.
And they're not just feeding it into him in the post and letting the defenders get set. What I like is they're coming off on balls, and those defenders are of 2 minds for the Hawks right now. They're switching sometimes, other times they're not. So that's enabling Ty Wynyard to get on top of that defender on the help side, put himself up and set himself up as a nice target, catch it and go to the rim. And he is feeding early with multiple opportunities. Looking to score another point here at the free throw line, which will be point number 6.
Ty Wynyard getting to work early.
Sorry, make that 8. Point number 7. There we go.
Walker stepping through on the baseline.
Tiptoes the line there on Davison, and the help, I think, thought the baseline was going to be stepped on. It wasn't. 2 points for the Hawks.
Davison steps through himself.
A bit of a lack of commitment to the help side right now by the Hawks. That's needs to be fixed up, but comfortable offensive play for both teams.
Jared Kenny, tough bucket.
Felt some contact there. Doesn't get the whistle, but does not deter the shot going through.
It's a pretty even scoring punch for the Hawks at the moment. All the starters have scored. We know a foul called.
Hayes Walker here's the whistle, doesn't get the shot up. However,
it's no surprises that 10 points for the Airs. Make it 12 now. Has been 10 of them have been through Wynyard and Marcel Jones.
Yeah, it's not surprising. Not surprising in the stardust. Carlin Davison with the other 2.
Ruspatch. Devondrick Walker had the look, knocks down another 3, the 3rd for the Hawks.
Ooh, he's starting to get his eye in. He's struggled at times from the perimeter this year, but he is a tremendous shooter given time, and he's got plenty of it this evening.
Ball is loose and it came off the Hawks' leg, and so they won't have long on the shot clock, that is for sure. We have a timeout with 4:53 to go in this first quarter.
Well, a little bit sloppy from both teams. Carlin Davison being asked to carry a lot of that load, playing that point guard spot, has had a couple of turnovers, a little bit lackadaisical with the basketball. Have the Hawks been as well, leading to some turnovers of their own, but their efficiency on the offensive end when they do look to score the basketball is what's enabling them to get the lead right now. They're shooting 58% compared to the Taranaki Mountaineers 50, which isn't bad, but they do, of course, have those turnovers, 2 of those to just 1 for the Hawks.
I love the fact they make the young kids hold the Kennedy Park Resort Napier sign.
Those sponsors are getting their money's worth.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
You are gonna see Kennedy Park when we look at this Hawks huddle. They do not kick it to the side. They treat the sponsors' logos with respect.
And thank you to all sponsors of the Sal's NBL, proudly presented by GJ Gardner Homes.
Well done there. And seriously though, thank you very much to these sponsors. Without them, you know, it takes quite a bit to get these teams on the road, book the hotel rooms, feed the guys on the road, and without the help of the sponsors and supporters of basketball across the country, this league would be non-existent.
Absolutely. It just depends on Resort Park and sponsors at different tiers throughout this competition, this league. And teams like the Airs with steel formers, the Taylor Hawks, as the Taylor Hawks can't get their fast break. I think they're just a little bit rushed at the moment, just wanting to push the pace.
Well, a late call on that one. There was certainly some contact. They tried to let it play, but when the turnover was forced because of it, the whistle was blown, and the ball will stay with the Hawks.
So the Hawks with a 5-point lead. They can't get the roll on that one as Devondrick Walker is knocking the 3-point line, and the Airs aren't really stepping up to stop him shooting that. Now it's Jones with a shorter rust patch on him. Jordan Hunt in the game, showing on the double. Kenny with the steal.
Jared Kenny unseen, and then gets the assist in transition again. The Hawks are deadly in this transition game here in the first quarter.
And they've gone out to a 7-point lead. It's Francis Mulvihill.
That 7-point lead, 7 fast break points. That is the difference.
Here's another one. Devondrick Walker streaming out, and just a nice right-hand dunk to get everybody going. And a timeout for Trent Adam and the Airs. He has not liked what he's seen since they had their last timeout meeting. They've gone down 9 points. And so the Airs in a bit of trouble.
Well, you come out of a timeout, what you want to see is execution. Instead, he sees back-to-back turnovers and the easy buckets on the other end. That is the last thing you need to do, is gift this Hawk squad transition opportunities. That is where their bread is buttered. That's where they're most comfortable. And early in this one, they are off to the races. That is 9 fast break points for the Hawks already. And that is an area that is, with a shorthanded squad, this Taranaki Mountaineers team that's only got 9 players in the gym this evening, it's going to be tough for them to keep pace.
(21-12). Taranaki haven't scored for a while now. And the Hawks are up and running. Jono Jansen in the game. Getting warm in the keyway there. Marcel Jones hasn't really fired a shot yet.
10 points already for Devondrick Walker. Off to a lightning fast start.
Just the 1-3 for Marcel Jones. They'll need more production, and that looks like an absolute miscommunication, and that is a heartbreaker coming out of a timeout, Casey.
Well, that's 2 timeouts. You got time to talk about it. 3 consecutive turnovers. That is not what you want to see coming out to token pressure. Unfortunately for the Airs, that is what they saw, so they have to make up for it in this defensive possession here.
Hunt gets his own rebound, and it's tied up from Mulvihill.
Good fight there. The ball will stick with the Hawks as the Taranaki won the jump ball earlier.
Benjamin Carlisle in the game for the Airs.
And he, I think, getting the opportunity with Aaron Bailey-Noel out for the day, taking up those minutes.
Another look for Devondrick Walker. Second miss in a row, though. Jared Kenny. Jono Jansen couldn't corral that, so it will be Airs ball. And the Airs are getting burned on the three-point line. They're just lucky they're not going in.
Yeah, great looks there. Jared Kenny has been shooting a high percentage since his return from the Aussie NBL. That's a wide open look there that doesn't hit, but the Hawks well in control early in this one.
Marcel Jones. Done a good job on him so far. Here we go again. Hawks running. Rusbatch. Devondrick Walker. Just happy to reset. Jordan Hunt. He shoots and scores.
Well, I really like how they passed up a good shot in the corner to Devondrick Walker, swing the ball around, get a great shot. That patience after the initial break. Fantastic job offensively.
Wild shot there from Scott Telfer.
Scott Telfer easy on the backboard. You needed the whole half.
Jono Jansen. Rebound from Hunt. Rusbatch, clean look. That one's to the right. Marcel Jones, Mulvihill. Deep 3 from Hayes Walker. And then it falls to Scott Telfer, but he can't get that up and in with Hawks around him. And now Jared Kenny putting the moves on Walker, who does well to stick with him. Jansen, the look away. Hunt in the corner off the Rusbatch feed, and another 3 for Jordan Hunt. Reese Vague and the Hawks love it. Pouring the points on. They lead by 15 now, under 2 to go in the first.
Jordan Hunt looking comfortable in the corner. Love the ball movement for the Hawks. The Taranaki Mountaineers need to get a bit of that themselves.
Jordan Hunt is called for the foul on Marcel Jones. It just looks like he lost the handle.
It did look like that. Marcel Jones adamant he was fouled. Look, certainly like a pretty fortunate call, to say the least, on that one. But right now, the Taranaki not letting the basketball do the work. They've been deterred by some solid reads defensively by the Hawks, picking off the passes in those passing lanes, and now playing a lot of one-on-one.
And we've got a foul on the floor. I think that has been called.
Yeah, foul number 5. Yeah,
maybe.
Possible. I also did not see exactly who it got pinned on, but either way, Leo Lasongeape heads to the line. And he's been a nice pickup mid-season for the Taranaki Mountaineers. He's earned a lot of minutes since his return. And a young player himself who's shown some promise, especially on the offensive side of the basketball this season.
Might have been Jordan Hunt. Well, it was probably the play beforehand on Marcel Jones. So, nevertheless, the Airs have scored 2 points for the first time in a very long time. Reese Vague, shot clock winding down. Airs control it. Carlin Davison. John O. Jansen pulls down the rebound.
Oh, good hands there by Jordan Hunt, able to reach up and corral it. Doesn't catch it cleanly, but keeps control, puts himself in position to finish, and he has been off to a fast start off the bench.
They haven't had a field goal, the Airs, since 5:51 with that Carlin Davison step-through layup. So they go into Ty Wynyard. And Ty Wynyard just does what Ty Wynyard is going to do for the rest of his career. Create space and drop in a feathery jump hook.
If I'm the Airs, this is what I'm doing, possession after possession. I'm throwing the ball down into the big fella and telling him to go to work, because the Hawks do not have the bone marrow to keep him from going where he wants to go. Hawks looking to take the close to last possession of this half. About a 5-second differential between shot clock and game clock.
Jansen for 3, left that wide right, but they will get the last shot. Hiram Harris, high arcing 3, that swishes through, and that is the 6th 3 of the quarter for Hawke's Bay, and they turn it on. They double the Airs 16, they lead 32-16 after 10 minutes of basketball at Pettigrew Arena.
There's a lot to be said about you Kiwis. You like breaking new ground? You're the best in your field? Stand up for what you believe in. But when it comes to pizza, you can't beat authenticity. Sal's Authentic New York Pizza.
Sal's NBL, GJ Gardner Holmes, proudly presented by and Casey Frank. Raining threes at Pettigrew Arena.
It certainly is. 6 in that first quarter for the Hawks. The early leader in the clubhouse for the N1 Splash for Cash.
Oh, great point.
Which of course goes to the team that hits the most 3-pointers in any given game in any given week. They get a $500 bonus from the N1. And if Jordan Hunt gets it, he can go figure out who gave him that black eye.
I'm going to
Pay a
go.
detective.
I'm going. It's Reese Vague.
Those are pointy elbows in
Look
training.
how pointy their elbow
Those are pointy ass,
Look
bro.
at them.
You can see the points on those. Those are the kind of elbows that hit you in the ribs and you get real upset.
Yeah. He looks like he sharpens them. He whittles them down.
He's just down there, whittling away. I agree. This look like a possible weapon. With we've got some scissors. Coach, referee Melanie O'Connor got some scissors on the baseline, putting in work. Well done, Mel. actually got most of the lines taped up at the Hawks game tonight, which makes for a much cleaner viewing experience.
Yeah, it certainly does. Still have the scourge of basketball courts around New Zealand, of a netball court on there as well.
I like the netball shooting zone there, though, because I would like to jump from out of that so I could do a pretty far dunk, maybe feel good.
Could you do that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
I mean, not anymore, but yeah, sure. Easy.
Hiram Harris hunting for a bucket. Jordan Hunt dicing with the baseline there.
Chooses not to try and back down Ty Wynyard. Smart decision.
Here's going to stop. There's Songa Ape. Couldn't get that to go down, and it's going to be Hawke's Bay again. Look at them filling the lanes. Hiram Harris finds Hunt in the corner. And he knows he's got the jam on offer with the shorter defender. He throws it down with the right hand.
Well, you see his mindset change the second Ty Wynyard comes off him. He goes straight to the cup. And I love that authoritative finish as well.
Nice crossover from Songa Ape, and Marcel Jones can't finish. He can't believe it. He looks at his hands and then just gets blown by Reese Vague.
It was definitely the hand's fault.
Ruspatch. Jordan Hunt's feeling it. Heat check. Reese Vague, though, gets the roll to go down.
Oh, he really went out of his cylinder there to corral that offensive rebound. And Hawke's Bay flying early in this one. 20-point lead with 8 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Davison.
Oh, yeah, let the big fella eat. Go back to work, big Ty Wynyard.
Rebound is Harris's. Ruspatch to his right. Finds
what a
Vague.
find.
Wow, what a pass. Reese Vague with the finish.
Pretty much eyes in the back of his head on that one. So timeout is called again by Taranaki. What a find by Hiram Harris. Reese Vague, great hands to snatch it in transition and just will it home on the finish. 36-13, and multiple Hawks off to a great start. Jordan Hunt, Devondrick Walker, 10 points apiece. Combined 8 for 14 from the field, but ably backed up. The only player who's played so far who hasn't scored is Jono Jansen, who's missed a couple of ones, but Hawks firing on all cylinders, and the Taranaki Mountaineers struggling on the offensive end. Ty Wynyard with 9. No one else on the squad with more than 3.
Now, who do you like, Casey, as we head towards, this is the penultimate round of the NBL. We're heading towards the Final Four at Te Rauparaha Arena in Porirua, Wellington, coming up in a couple of weeks' time. Southland had a big win. The Saints are doing what the Saints usually do, and that's just roll over people. The Hawks, they look really good against the cellar dwellers. And of course the Huskies, if they lock in a win over this weekend, they're in that top 4 and we're set.
They really are. Of course, the Huskies had a difficult departure this week. A guy by the name of Chris Johnson decides to go back to the basketball tournament.
Yeah, that is unlucky for the Huskies. He has been a standout in this league.
Yeah, he's on that short list for me for MVP in his time here. He's missing a few games, won't finish the season, unfortunately, as he goes back to play in the basketball tournament, which is a big semi-professional tournament in the States, which all over ESPN, high level of basketball. But
you'll see a lot of imports that not only just have been in the Sal's NBL, but also the NBL in Australia as well. I think Jerome Randall's been in there.
Eric Devendorf has played on that Syracuse team for the last few years.
The Bayheims.
But his loss is just crushing, as we see a nice steal there, almost by the Taranaki.
Reese Vague gets the roll again.
Marcel Jones was hoping somebody was going to get his hands on that one. He sprinted down, but his man he was covering sprinted in. 2 points for Vague.
9 points, 6 rebounds for Vague. Getting work done. Oh, great look. And then Jordan Hunt's called for the foul. It might be Hiram Harris, actually.
Taranaki down 24, yes, it's unfortunate. But man, I am liking what Carlin Davidson is pulling out of his bag. That is an impressive pass for a young player. The bounce pass with one hand right into the breadbasket to get that finish. Opportunity for Marcel Jones, who can't get that, but he's off to the line.
So the line is where they haven't been for a long time. Taranaki are just having trouble getting much going outside of Ty Winnett in the low post. Marcel Jones hasn't been the offensive output you've expected to see from him. He's missed both free throws there. Rhys Vague with another rebound.
Very surprising on the missed free throws. Normally very solid free throw shooter with an excellent stroke from the perimeter.
Rhys Vague 8 rebounds so far.
What a start for him. Well, they're just globe-trotting around out there now.
Jones pulls that down. Yeah, 8 rebounds for Vague. Carlin Davidson again finding the open shooter. And this time a 3, just the second one for the years falls for Hayes Walker.
Well, another perfect delivery with that pass right into the shooting basket for the triple.
Jono Jansen batted away. Marcel Jones has it, foul down, and the foul is eventually called.
He really sold that one. He's been talking to the refs for quite a bit tonight, trying to get himself some calls. They haven't been going his way, even though it's not quite as bad as the 417-19 that's on the scoreboard right there. That's not the actual score, even though it may feel that way if you're a Taranaki Mountaineers fan. Back to 40. That's there it is. But gets that call there. Unfortunately stopped a fast break opportunity. So back to the half court.
Whoa, and there it is. Right into the hospo. That's why you pay to get the seats on the baseline.
Got to get those drinks ready. Got to be ready to move. Benjamin Carlisle with a solid drive, but the recovery to take away the opportunity just as quick.
He is struggling to score the basketball. I wasn't struggling as much as I tried to get the word struggling out there as my voice broke, but Ethan Ruspatch pushing it. And Jono Jansen's happy to back it down and then kick it out.
Your voice is as broke about as the Taranaki Mountaineers jumpers right now.
Stepping in for the heavy contact.
Jansen took a falcon as well.
He certainly did. It all happened there. Jono Jansen is fouled.
Man, I know I'm focused on it a lot, but the way Carlin Davidson is passing the basketball, coming off these on balls, he's really showing a breadth of skill off the ball or with the ball in hand to hit those shooters off the ball that I did not know he was capable of. And really shows a high level of development for the young 17-year-old.
I'm going to blow your mind, Casey. These are the first free throws of the game for Hawke's Bay.
Well, they don't need them.
And now this is just bullying from Jacob Johnson, the Hawks, putting full court pressure on a team.
Well, they got to keep their mindset tight.
Yeah, you do. You're right.
We saw this as we see a foul there. Taranaki will keep the ball, but just a week ago, Hawke's Bay got off to a stellar start, 28-4 at Southland, where they really took that game over. Scott Telfer and Devondrick Walker have a chat about what's going on. Scott Telfer, he likes to shake it up, but Devondrick Walker didn't like whatever it was, and he might have told him, don't do that anymore in no uncertain terms.
Marcel Jones going at Jansen, and then there's Marcel Jones, who's able to score the ball anywhere on the floor.
I like that aggressiveness there. They need a bit more of that to try and stay within touch distance here in the first half.
Rhys Vague. Oh, that's
well timed.
Excellent block from Carlin Davidson.
I thought it was a goaltend, but the refs did not, so it'll count.
Carlin Davidson's come up limping a little bit as well.
He's young. Just rub some dirt on it. He'll be fine. Give it to him here, he'll probably dunk it.
he would be able to launch from the shooting circle of the netball court.
With ease, I'm sure.
Marcel Jones, 3-ball. Jared Kenny waiting for Reese Vague, who fires it across and broken up by Marcel Jones. Ethan Rusbatch, Devondre Walker just feasting on that side of the floor for threes.
And play after play, they are making the extra pass. That corner, as you mentioned, has been particularly kind to the Hawks here in the first half.
Carlin Davison, oh, beautiful pass. Scott Telfer can't get that down. Devondre Walker.
Davison is setting that table time after time.
Jared Kenny misses the 3. And maybe with the Hawks, Casey, just looking into the future somewhat and see how they match up with some of the other teams in that top 4. Marcel Jones misses that 3. And you see the size of Ty Wynyard. Teams like the Saints with Dane Samuel, Kamapoto and Southland, guys with, you can create space on that block, could give the Hawks a bit of trouble.
Yeah, I think with the big dogs in this competition, I think they're pretty fortunate. We saw last week where they really struggled with the Otago Nuggets, as we see the triple fall there. Sam Timmons really had his way down low. Ty Wynyard's on that list. I think Jack Salt is on that list. Of course, most of these teams aren't going to be in the finals. Chris Johnson would have been a real problem for these guys had he stuck around. Of the teams that it looks like will make the finals, you know, it's really the Saints with those interior bigs. Tohi Smith-Milner, Dane Samuel, those two guys, they've got the beef that can really cause this Hawk squad some trouble with their lack of depth on the interior.
Timeout called by Hawke's Bay, and leading 45-24. Just a tick under 3.5 to go in this first half.
Well, still no double-figure scores for Taranaki. Hasn't.
Just the 8 points in this quarter as well. They have slowed the Hawks down a little bit. They've only had 13 in this quarter.
Still mostly due to the lack of threes hit. 6 in the first quarter, just 1 here in the second. Haven't found the range to the same effect as Q number 1, but despite that, up 21 with 3.5 to go, and have inserted some Greyhounds. This is a running lineup here. Jono Jansen, Jordan Hunt at the big spots, Hiram Harris in the 3. This is a team that will be able to get up and down with a quickness.
Back underway. Harris. Rusbatch wants Hunt on the block, and he's got the mismatch. And then the steal, but then it's stolen back, and everyone's down, and it's Hunt with an easy layup.
Well, nice steal by Taranaki, and sloppy, unfortunately, with the ball. Well read by Ty Wynyard to force it, but that's the way the ball is bouncing for the Hawks this evening.
Harris after the missed 3. Rusbatch puts the ball on the floor. Can't get the English off the glass, and here comes Telfer. Mulvihill for 3. Devondre Walker with the rebound. Just look at that Hawks team run up. Even though Devondre Walker wasn't pushing, the other 4 guys were.
They know exactly where the strength of that team. And Jordan Hunt, I think he's the best running big in the league this year. The way he goes from end to end, the opportunities he creates with that effort, unmatched this season.
Mulvihill finds Ty Wynyard. Oh, Ty Wynyard gets up and throws it down.
I like it, Ethan Rusbatch. You get up, you challenge that. You might have ended up on a little bit of a mini poster there, but I like the effort.
Hunt. Jansen. Oh, Marcel Jones met him up high. And Jansen gives it back to Harris. Harris 3-ball. That's good as the shot clock expired.
Second triple of the game for Hiram Harris. He's not the biggest strength of his game, but an area he's put in a lot of work, and it's looking smooth tonight.
Already hit 50, poked away. Harris, 3-on-3. Finds Devondrick Walker. Ruspatch, that is cash money.
Right.
And then Ethan Ruspatch, honestly.
Looks like a bounce check.
It does, doesn't it?
Not good look, nice break. Ethan Ruspatch hasn't really found the range as of yet, but always a danger to do so.
Marcel Jones, feathery floater.
After the contact, the way he throws his shoulder in there to displace Jansen, really well done to find that space and get that finish. And cut it to 22.
And he pokes it away. Bounce pass coming up. On Devondrick Walker.
Yeah, nothing easy.
Nothing easy at all.
I don't care that we're up 20. We are still challenging, and I like Devondrick Walker's attitude in this one. He is playing hard. He is playing smart. And we may be up quite a bit here, but I'm not going to give you anything. You got to go earn it. And that is one of the reasons Hawke's Bay is amongst the favorites heading into the tail end of the season.
Hayes Walker at the line. First free throws of the night. Taranaki struggling to score points in this game. Under a minute to go, another turnover, getting sloppy for Hawke's Bay, but then they're in the lanes, disrupting themselves. And smart play from Jared Kenny off Ty Wynyard's leg.
He is a smart player. He is always heads up. Not sure what the discussion is here.
Do they feel as though maybe ricocheted off back onto Jared Kenny?
I'm not sure who.
No.
Yeah, I think that's what the official with the ball, Callum, was thinking. He didn't see it happen. Don't know how he missed that one, but that was a nice play by Jared Kenny to regain possession after having lost it.
Vague, falling away this time and left it short.
Interior passing by Harris, though, creating opportunities. Love what they're doing there, and Taranaki will now hold for the final shot of the half.
Marcel Jones, he's hit and won.
Well, he went a little bit earlier than I think he would have preferred. 6 seconds still left on the clock, but when you get the bucket and an N1, and you've been sorely wanting for points, you will take what you can get as they move up to point number 15 here in the half. And as good as the Hawks have been offensively, better on the defensive end. 16 points in the first quarter, 15 points now here in the second. Could be 16 if they hit this one, holding Taranaki to 32% shooting overall.
Double figures now for Marcel Jones. Last shot coming up for the Hawks, and it's a tough layup. And we're at halftime, and it's a handy lead for the Taylor Hawks, leading the Steel Formers Mountaineers 50-32 at Pettigrew Arena. 50 points to 32, half-time at Pettigrew Arena. The Taylor Hawks leading the Steel Formers Ears. An 18-point advantage. And it's not really much to talk about when it's come to the Ears. They have faltered in their offensive sets except for the back-down game of Ty Wynyard. And they have struggled to put the ball in the hoop. But as highlighted pre-game, Marcel Jones and Ty Wynyard would be your leading scorers for the Ears.
Well, we know those two guys are going to play. Ty Wynyard's got a definite advantage in the post, but it's been the transition game of the Hawks, their ability to distribute the basketball evenly. You look at all those guys who are touching the basketball and scoring well. Ethan Rusbatch not having the best game, but it does not matter for the Hawks, who are dominant offensively.
Well, it speaks volumes that they're leading by 18 and Ethan Rusbatch has 4 at half-time.
And Daron's not playing.
Yeah, and Daron Arokawa is not playing tonight. Jared Kenny got the start, which is handy to have, as you pointed out. But they have so many weapons. I mean, Jono Jansen's, he's struggled to put the ball in the hoop, but he can feast if called upon.
Rebounds going the Hawks' way. They're leading that as its team 28-21. There's the assist game. Real unselfish basketball being played by the Hawks. And you see the total assists for the Taranaki Mountaineers nearly matched by one player on the Hawks.
14 of the 20 made field goals have been assisted on for the Hawks, which is a tremendous conversion rate. Just the 5 assists. 7 steals to 6. Hawke's Bay with the +1 advantage. Taranaki do have 4 blocks, but 9 turnovers and 24 points in the paint as well for the Hawks.
And then we see the steals for both teams, but it is those turnovers that are making things difficult. The discrepancy in the possession game between the rebounds, +7 there, the turnovers, where Taranaki has 9 of those compared to 6 for the Hawks in the first half. That is 11 possession advantage for the Hawks in half number 1.
And we'll take another break and we'll have the third quarter for you on the other side. Welcome back to Pettigrew Arena. The Hawks are leading the Airs by 18. And Taranaki, the visiting team, have a game tomorrow late afternoon against the Huskies at Event Finder Stadium on Auckland's North Shore. And that will be a difficult proposition, backing up from a fast-paced game. And as you rightly pointed out, Casey, not a lot of fouls called. And so it's been up and down. The Hawks are always looking to run. And so they're already short-handed, Taranaki, without Aaron Balinol. And then they've got a game 24 hours time. The Huskies desperate for a win to seal their top 4 spot. Just a couple of other teams in the hunt as this round plays out. Canterbury, the Rams, and the Nuggets. The Nuggets 9-7 behind the Huskies 10-6. And so they desperately need the Huskies to drop a game against the Airs, which, given the way the Airs have been playing this game, might be an even contest tomorrow without Chris Johnson.
Well, Taranaki's been an up and down team, and certainly not at their best this evening, but perhaps they've circled that game against the Huskies tomorrow as one that they really want to focus on, come up and get. And some teams behind the Huskies in the standings, the Otago Nuggets, the Canterbury Rams, they need that Husky squad to lose. Essentially, if the Huskies win one of their final 2 games, they will be in the finals, and they will be the 4th of the top 4 teams. But
what a tremendous effort that is for that organization.
It's been a tough year for them, too. They've switched out imports quite a bit. Jeremy Kendall here for a bit. He had to leave. Justin Bibbs finally was able to come in. He was injured. Chris Johnson came in and was carrying a lot of the load, but of course he's gone now. Tom Vodanovich late to the party due to commitments in Australia. So it's been tumultuous, to say the least, in terms of personnel, but they have put themselves as the first year in the actual full contingent of the NBL. They were in the showdown last year, but this is their first year as a full season, and they have put together an excellent campaign.
Wellington Saints lead the ladder at 12-2. The Southland Sharks are 12-5, and this Hawke's Bay Hawks team are 11-5. Wellington Saints still have a number of games in hand.
They cannot miss the Final Four no matter what happens from this point in, even if they were to lose every single game that they have left.
They're currently playing the Jets at the moment, but they have quite the run home. A few games to make up, so they'll be heading to Roparaha Arena Thursday night, semi-finals, July 22nd, and July 23rd is the final, the Friday night.
Just before the Olympics coverage starts here on Sky. Got to sneak it in there.
Get it in there, Casey.
Yeah, just sneak it in. Get those finals in, and then a
dozen channels. A dozen channels of coverage.
Only a dozen? That doesn't seem enough.
I'll be hunting out some of the basketball competitions.
I look for the really
as well.
innocuous sports like trampolining.
Yeah, that trampolining.
It's something. I don't know if it's a sport, but it is something to watch.
Definitely acrobatic recreation that has been deemed a sport by the IOC. And I mean, no disrespect to any trampolinists out there.
If we do have a national trampoliner,
we do.
I apologize.
No, we do.
I apologize.
We do. We've done a story on him on Krakow as well before.
Did he qualify for this Olympics?
Don't ask me that.
Well, too late.
I don't know.
Well, that's
we didn't do a story.
Well,
on
I hope you did qualify, and if you're there, I will root for you.
Absolutely. About to get back underway as our trampolining chat comes to a close.
Well, maybe. could be a callback in the 4th quarter. It's an 18-point deficit right now. I don't know what's going to happen.
Hit us up on Twitter and.
What do you want to hear? What do you want to hear in some chats? 4th quarter chat open.
The trampolining chat, did it stimulate you as Ty Wynyard can't get the hand on that rebound?
I like that the Taranakis come out with a bit of aggressiveness right off the bat. What I would like to see is a little bit of a shift in mindset at halftime. Come out, throw some wood around, try and get things going.
Turnover. Not the start you really want.
The Hawks, I think, are having a bit of trouble right now playing down to the level of the competition. That's their 7th turnover on the ball game. They haven't been as crisp and smooth offensively as we can see them be. They've been a bit uneven at times. Last week, lost to Otago, as we see. Solid defense by Ethan Rusbach there, and another transition opportunity in the works.
Devondre Walker with his feet set, drops that down.
Triples galore for the Hawks. Triple Hayes Walker.
Another 3 as well.
Not Hayes Walker there, sorry. That was Scott Telfer, I believe.
Maddie Davidson, she's over the moon at soaring towards New Zealand's team for Tokyo as a trampolinist.
Oh, there we go. Hey, Maddie.
Good on you, Maddie. That is a fantastic effort as Devondre Walker drops that down. So we will be watching one of those dozen channels that Sky has.
It's on there.
You know that Sky will cover every single New Zealand athlete when they are in action.
Nice pass, Carlin Davidson for the 3-point opportunity there. Well done as Marcel Jones hits it. And lead down to 17 as Taranaki's found a little bit of work rate here early in the 3rd.
Jared Kenny working with Reese Vague, and he finds Hiram Harris. And Hiram Harris just goes to the cup, is hit hard by Ty Wynyard. Does the right thing by helping him up, because that is quite the body to slam into if you're Hiram Harris.
Aggressive move from the perimeter. Hiram Harris puts it on the deck, uses the quick behind the back to beat Hayes Walker off the dribble, get to the cup, and Ty Wynyard just a little bit late in the rotation. Doesn't contest the shot, contests the body, that contact to null effect as the shot goes through, and the 3-point opportunity in play for Hiram Harris.
Hiram Harris has had a taste of the NBL in Australia. The lefty is good on the 3-point.
And I really hope Hiram gets another opportunity. He is such a glue guy. I think he has a lot to offer on that side of the ditch.
Oh, wow. Ty Wynyard. He's got a soft handle as well.
He is loving that right-handed mitt tonight. Yeah. He is dropping in some hook shots.
He couldn't believe his luck, given all the space.
You let me hit this floater? Buckets.
Jared Kenny.
Oh, the scoop.
Oh, Jared Kenny scooping it up and in.
The ice cream man working late on a Saturday. Jared Kenny for 2.
Here's Walker. Finds Ty Wynyard and Reese Vague. Good luck to you, my friend. Devondre Walker pokes it away.
Ty Wynyard gets that low. I just want to see him go up with it. He's got that great position.
Devondre Walker has 18 points, 5 rebounds and 4 assists.
And he is stat stuffing.
Walker, the step back, left it short. Look away from Hiram Harris.
Oh.
But Reese Vague couldn't quite get the catch. This time the jump a little bit.
Yeah, it just was a difficult place to come down with it. Had he been able to corral it, would have been underneath the backboard right there on the baseline. Not a lot to do there, but I just love the way this Hawks team pushes the basketball. Their pace in the full court is tremendous.
Telfer. Back to Jones.
Oh, Ty Wynyard somehow.
Wow.
Oh, I was going to say, there's just no way that's off Ty Wynyard there. That was definitely off Reese Vague, but Wynyard looked like he might got an undercut on the box out as well. Not getting that call. They're letting you play off the ball this evening.
Marcel Jones is the leading scorer for the Airs with 13, but does not feel like he's had any impact on this game whatsoever. It's been Ty Wynyard again, and now Ty Wynyard
well, he's up
to
there.
15.
Yeah, the two of them leading the way. Marcel Jones hasn't had the effect offensively he normally does as Reese Vague misses the triple. Marcel Jones, I think these back-to-backs, you know, you get up there into the mid-30s and things get a little bit more difficult. He's got one tomorrow night to think about as well. Ty Wynyard knocking.
Yeah, Hiram Harris down again.
Because Hiram Harris is strong. He puts his body on the line. He is a strong dude, but Ty Wynyard's in a different weight class. There are not a lot of dudes that can keep him from going where he wants to go.
Ty Wynyard is double C thick. And he can't get the catch on that one, so Jared Kenny finds Devondrick Walker heat check time. And Marcel Jones with the rebound. Here comes Hayes Walker. Wynyard to his left, finds him.
Oh, what a bounce by Jared Kenny. You're saying no foul. I mean, come on, bro. You threw that elbow in like it was a shoulder charge. And you have to with Ty Wynyard coming your way. But, man, I like the strength of Jared Kenny. He's off contract this year up in Cairns for the Ty fans, but hopeful for another year.
Maybe, just maybe, Jacob Chance could bring him back to the Wildcats. He's got that.
Believe Jacob Chance is now an assistant coach for the Jack Jumpers of Tasmania.
Yeah, I think you're right, actually. He was with the Wildcats.
I think, yeah, he's passed up, moved on from the Wildcats and on to his next opportunity.
The Tasmanian Jack Jumpers.
The Junk Jaffers?
The Junk Chaffers.
I like it either way. Junk Jaffers, that sounds like an Auckland team.
It certainly does. But the Tasmanian team, they are filling up their roster.
Oh, too easy.
And they'll be the 10th team in the NBL next season as we get a bucket the other way.
Yeah, and I think a lot of opportunity for some young Kiwis to head over there. Jack Salt, of course, just signed with the Brisbane Bullets. He's going to be signing a one-year contract. Some Kiwis coming home as well. Yanni Wetzel.
Yeah.
Back to the Breakers.
Breakers making some moves.
Making some moves. Who they got in France working for them?
Yeah. Got Boris Deal, maybe?
Yeah, why not?
Reese Vague kept his pivot. Gets it back. And that is just tremendous defense.
Ben Carlisle putting the body on the line.
As he ate a lot of Reese Vague there.
How about Ben Carlisle? Doesn't even have a name on the back of the jersey.
No.
But put in the work. Taking that sharp elbow we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, that's going to leave a mark.
That's going to be a bruise.
Yeah.
Well, the Airs have been able to keep it at 18. The Hawks haven't been able to continue the scoring onslaught as in the first half.
The Hawks just look like they're going through the motions in this third quarter. As Marcel Jones feathers that one through.
No, he loves the pick and pop. And that top of the key three is his preferred.
Yeah. Leo Songa Ape was out of bounds on that steal, that deflection.
Looking to the Tal boys to see if they'll help him out. Did not look like they were convincing the official there.
Ethan Rusbatch snuck in there, grabs it, puts it up, and it's foul.
Just a bit of a lack of communication there. The back screen set, Ethan Rusbatch, excellent cut underneath. Got to body him up before he gets underneath you. If you don't body him up that early, you can push him deeper underneath the backboard so he does no shot. Neither of those things were done. And then to compound the mistake, the push in the back for the three-point play, which is converted. Ethan Rusbatch, watch out, he can get hot and early as well.
Hawks Bay extending their pressure. Oh, wow, tough finish. Hayes Walker felt the contact, no whistle forthcoming.
Coming up in a bit of a haze after that finish there.
Oh, great screen from Reese Vague, and Jared Kenny expertly uses it.
And he has just been so efficient upon his return to the Hawks. He is doing it so nicely.
And Songa Ape has it blocked by Devondrick Walker.
Yeah, didn't get the lift to finish at the rim. Try to quick finish it. Devondrick Walker, too athletic to try that trick on.
And a whistle on the floor. It's Marcel Jones raising his hand.
Timeout called there.
15 points apiece in this third quarter.
Like to keep it even. Keeping things even. This one. The lead is 17. Sorry, 18. My counting isn't great. 4:21 to go, and I think most important for the Hawks at this point is just to stay healthy. They're going to want to rotate through some bodies, I think, as we get closer to the fourth quarter. Of course, with no Daron Arokawa, Jacob Murphy as well, I believe, out injured this evening.
Also, their veteran, Everard Bartlett, not playing.
They're to the support, though. Has the sweats on, but he's certainly there to support, as always.
No one hitting us up on Twitter about a trampolining chat.
Unfortunate. I guess we'll table it. We'll find some other gems.
65-47. Hawke's Bay. Almost in the ears. The Hawks on their way to the playoffs. Stringing it together tonight in front of their home crowd. Jared Kenny and Reece Vague working together. And Hayes Walker, excuse me, Leasonga Ape just gave him a bit of room. And he makes them pay. Lead is 20. 4 minutes to go coming up in the third quarter. Marcel Jones. And Reece Vague pulls that down. Ethan Rusbatch trying to step through, and Carlin Davison got him.
That looks like it was pretty well timed by Carlin Davison there. But Davison does not get the benefit of the doubt, which sometimes happens in your teenage years. Ethan Rusbatch, he won't argue the point. Always take those free throws.
Rusbatch good on the second. Hawke's Bay pressuring.
Oh, unfortunate there.
There's Songa Ape.
Yeah, just thought he had it, went for one last touch and tips it out of bounds. You wonder what a couple of easy games in a row is going to do for Hawke's Bay in terms of their preparation for the Final Four.
How can it help?
Yeah, you're getting this squad together that hasn't played a lot of time as Jared Kenny finds his way to the free throw line.
Because, yeah, the way this roster's been constructed, they've had to wait quite a bit for key players to turn up, which on paper it looked like they had the strongest squad in the league. But due to the NBL taking a long time to wrap up over in Australia.
Stupid COVID.
And COVID-19 just been a real pain in the backside.
And the lungs, apparently.
Yeah.
But it did affect them. It affected a lot of teams. You know, you look at the Kennebec Rams, no point guard for the season. You know, didn't get to pick him up. Some imports were unfortunately unable to make their commitments due to when the seasons were finishing as well. And of course, for the Hawks, lost their coach for the majority of it too. Strong move there by Marcel Jones to search out the contact and earn his trip to the free throw line to try and cut this deficit beneath 24.
Still looking to hit 50 points are the Airs. Under 3.5 to go in the third quarter. It's Marcel Jones at the line. $16 points for Marcel Jones.
Struggled at the line this evening, uncharacteristically.
Yeah, he's now 1 for 5 from the line. He's 3 for 7 from downtown. 6 for 15 overall. And just in and out.
And at times, these Hawke's Bay rims can get pretty tight. Not one of my favorite shooting gyms because of those rims.
Who had your favorite rims?
I'd say Nelson. I love the Chicago Center. They're soft.
That explains Phil Jones'
There you go.
proclivity for filling it up.
As a team on the road, those were always very forgiving. The bouncy floor.
Mulvihill pull up at the foul line. That shot drops nicely for Francis Mulvihill.
Jared Kenny just steps in bounds. I love the arc on the Francis Mulvihill jumper. Rainmaker.
Comes Kenny. Waiting for the roll of
Look
the
at that
pass. Jordan Hunt's there to clean it up.
Just love that double cut off the on ball. Jansen can't finish, but the backup by Hunt. There he goes off to the races again.
Leosonga Ape saves it in.
Good hustle. Got hammered. Didn't get the call, but gets the steal.
Lead is 26. Leosonga Ape going to work and having to work really hard for that basket.
He is a tremendous offensive player. Love to see him attack a veteran, excellent defender like Jared Kenny like that and come off victorious on that possession. Maybe he won the battle. They still lose in the war, but won that battle.
Jansen for three.
The triples continue to tickle the twine for the Hawks as they make three-pointer number 10.
Wynyard can't get that.
Leads to another fast break opportunity.
Rusbatch trailing on the play. A little strong on the three, so it will be the Ayers ball.
Just under a minute to play here in the third. And I wonder if Taranaki is already starting to think about trying to save as much legs for the guys they can. Looking at tomorrow night's winnable game against the Auckland Huskies.
Marcel Jones finds the spot where he wanted to shoot the three. And it was the correct call because it drops.
This jumper is starting to come alive here as the game has progressed. Only 7 for 16 from the field, but much better in the second half. Hiram Harris hits the layup off the glass. A strong move to the cup.
Reese Vague called for the foul.
A little aggressive out there by the half-court stripe. But they did have a foul to give, so Taranaki down to 10 seconds to try and do something defensively as Reese Vague heads to the bench to match up with a guard-heavy lineup for Taranaki.
Nathan Rusbatch up like a shot to get back in the game.
He's always ready to go. He's in shape.
Marcel Jones. Talfa. Shot's been a little bit off to end the third quarter. And it is a 26-point lead for Hawke's Bay. They lead the Ayers 80-54 at Pettigrew Arena with a quarter to go.
There's a lot to be said about you Kiwis. You like breaking new ground? You're the best in your field? Stand up for what you believe in. But when it comes to pizza, you can't beat authenticity. Sal's Authentic New York Pizza.
One quarter to go. And the Sal's NBL proudly presented by GJ Gardner Homes. He is in a hole against the Hawks. 80-54.
And a mighty deep hole it is. It is the possession game is certainly going the way of the Hawks. They are out rebounding Taranaki 38-25, sharing the ball nicely, doing a much better job taking care of the basketball in the second half. Taranaki a little bit better offensively in that quarter, up to 22 points for the quarter, but unfortunately for them, gave up a 30-piece, hence the 26-point differential here entering the fourth quarter.
Marcel Jones has 19 for Taranaki, 15. An efficient evening shooting for Ty Wynyard of 6 of 9. And it's 20 for Devondre Walker. As Ethan Rusbatch hasn't really found the 3-ball tonight. He's now 0 for 5. And I said that he hasn't really, no, he hasn't. That's what I meant to say.
He hasn't at all.
He hasn't at all. He's 0 for 5.
Yeah, fortunate.
Although his plus minus, which I love as a stat, is 29.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Plus 29.
It's okay.
He's got 4 assists.
Doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that. A lot of good plus minuses for the Hawks will be on the edge of this one statistically. And a little surprised the Hawks are staying with their starters as deeply as they have been. But they are confident in the way these guys are playing and their ability to stay up and stay injury-free going down the stretch.
Kenny working with Hunt. Rusbatch putting the moves on Mulvihill. It's not Ethan Rusbatch's night tonight shooting the ball.
That should be a possession there by Marcel Jones.
Yeah.
Once he saved it and controlled it, it resets the shot clock, hence why the shot clock violation doesn't occur.
John O'Jansen with the offensive foul on Hayes Walker.
All in all, I say justice. Had the air ball. Glad to see Taranaki get the ball back.
Mulvihill walks it up. 17 assists for Hawke's Bay, just the 8 for the Airs. Hawks have been soaring in this game. Mulvihill. When I say soaring, I could say they're soaring through the Airs, and I make no apologies for that.
No, I like it. I like it a lot.
As Hiram Harris resets his team.
Just really extending possessions. Make sure that shot clock's your friend.
Carlin Davidson did his best to get in the way, but Hiram Harris bulldozes his way.
Colin Davidson trying to avoid foul number 4, but go ahead and get it. Hiram Harris with a bit of physicality on the Hayes Walker drive.
So it's Hayes Walker at the line. 9 points tonight for him. 3 of 7 shooting, just an average shooting night. 7 of 14 now for the Airs from the foul line.
And when you are trying to formulate a comeback, that is an area that you need to be precise at. And precision has been an issue for Taranaki this evening.
Do you know what Marcel Jones's plus minus is?
Well, I'm going to guess
It's minus.
right around negative 29.
Yep. You've got it right in front of you.
That's legit did not look.
That is unfair.
I legit did not look. I was just guessing.
It's minus 27.
Oh, it's off. So
I don't know what the delay is like on your stats.
I don't have it in front of me. I'm not.
Marcel Jones, though, gets that bucket.
Yeah, he is. It's
21 for him.
He always finds a way to get the buckets going. Unfortunately, I think it's not a one-player game for Taranaki. Their level of execution has faltered as we give up another open look to Ethan Rusbatch, who refuses to take advantage.
Nice look from Wynyard. Gets it back. Ty Wynyard gets an easy bucket. 17 for him.
And then flashes. Taranaki does some really good things, but as Coach Tread Adams said before the game, it is the ability to put together 40 minutes of it that has been the concern.
Hayes Walker really making life tough for Ethan Rusbatch, who couldn't even get that to go down.
As is the rim. That rim is unkind to Ethan Rusbatch this evening.
He's 3 of 11. And then we've got a travel call on Jordan Hunt.
Jordan caught it and went to jump and then realized he was underneath the backboard. Almost got away with it too. Would have been able to do it had it not been for those pesky kids. Oh wait, this isn't Scooby-Doo.
And so we have a timeout. 84-59.
Who called that timeout? What's going on here? Well, the Hawke's Bay crowd enjoying themselves to another brilliant home performance by the Hawks. As Taranaki looks to make one last run at things here in the fourth quarter. I like DeRone's. He's got the braids going on nicely in those ones. Look at DeRone's hair there.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Come out with that. I told him a couple weeks ago I'd like to see him play with the braids, like old school Lindsay Tate tiles.
Yes. Shout out to Lindsay Tate.
Always shout out to LT.
One of the great point guards in New Zealand basketball.
Finished inside that top 10 in the NBL's 40 and 40 earlier this year. I didn't see all the guys above him, but he'd be higher on my list.
What number were you?
I was
You 27?
22?
22.
I believe.
Clyde Drexler.
Right behind Nick Horvath, who I still maintain I was better than.
Shout out to Nick Horvath.
Shout out, Nick.
Gondrit Walker with the steal. Jared Kenning with the layup.
They do not call off the dogs.
This is not fair.
What is Hawke's Bay coming in with a full court press?
I jest, but really, I know, like you said earlier, Casey, they are dialing in for an important stretch run coming up. It's Reece Vague does everything. He
look at him.
The Hornets up.
Good
Gets
man.
the basketball for the referee.
You want this one? Do we need that one? Oh, we'll put that one back.
Jared Kenny smiling about the fact he almost dunked it, I think.
Well, it looked like it was another turnover, but that was tipped, thankfully. Coach Chance taking no chances with this one, keeping the pressure up.
Yes, Casey.
Yeah, I'm just starting to dig into the bag of tricks in preparation for the finals. If I get to interview him before a game, I might ask him if he likes his chances. Don't use it all up now, you're right.
Wild three-pointer from Hayes Walker. It's been that kind of night for the Mountaineers. Hiram Harris trying to drop it off to Reece Vague. Nothing says Reece Vague like genuine again.
Genuine twice in the game. They're setting the mood. He is setting the mood, the DJ in Napier or Terradale Arena.
Jones for 3. That left.
Just a bit short. Just a bit short.
Just a little bit short.
Better execution though, finding the shots that they need. And is a little something to build on as the game.
Leo Songa-Ape, great steal. Nice pass out of the predicament he found himself in, and Carlin Davison the hang time. Carlin Davison he's got that hang time and athleticism, he just gets fouled.
He is
so
bouncy.
hard.
There's no way Hiram Harris is going to let Carlin Davidson dunk on him there as we finally go to the bench, do the Hawks. Ferguson checks in.
Jacob Chance taking the chance.
As does Woodbridge.
With the young bloods on his bench.
Whoa, keep the gang talk out of this one.
So he just decided to run the guys he only just met.
Yeah, well, you know, he likes what he sees. I'd be surprised if you see too much of these guys on tape this year. They haven't played in a bunch of games.
What I said, go out there and give me 5 minutes and show me what you got.
Why not? Grab this opportunity with both hands, young fellas.
Good thing is you've got a point guard like Jared Kenny out there telling you what to do. And then you get a bucket.
Oh, way to be Ferguson.
Tommy Ferguson with his first points of the game on the first touch he gets.
One touch, one bucket. That's what you like to see coming off the bench to a young fella.
There's Songa-Ape going to work. Finds Hayes Walker. Hawks base still dialed in. It's their biggest lead of the game. 28. Stand corrected, there has been 29.
Second biggest lead of the ball game.
Thank you, Casey.
Of 28. We're a team. We're working together here.
They have led by as much as 29 in the game.
DJ's getting a little gangster. Got some Snoop. The homies. Michael Woodbridge. Let's see him get a little bit of a run. Transferred down from Auckland for the season this year.
Ferguson. Woodbridge has it.
No, he doesn't.
Lost it.
Ethan Rusbatch, tough game for him.
Marcel Jones just barrels into Jared Kenny.
Oh, and the block is called. How about Jared Kenny? Up 28. Still going to take that charge. Jared Kenny wanted to know what he needed to do to get that call. Believe he was in the charge circle. The most disappointing part of the season is that we don't have Jared Kenny's mullet or rat's tail this year.
Yeah, it's a great point.
Cut off both for charity at different parts, which I guess it's probably for good causes.
It's a tremendous mullet. And the off-center rat's tail as well.
Solid.
Yeah.
It was very solid.
Appreciated that.
He's going to have to, at some point in the future, he's going to have to get a real job. Don't know if he's going to be able to pull it off with a moulet.
There is Kenny. Ferguson wide open.
I could see him thinking about that shot about halfway up.
Yeah.
He had a little hitch. It's like, oh, am I supposed to shoot this? Okay.
Telfer. Walker, the floater. Hayes Walker gets that to go down.
Hayes Walker's had some big games this season. And the transfer from Manawatu in the offseason. Michael Woodbridge
rains the 3 down.
Catch, release, splash.
Carlin Davidson. Davidson with the nice little reverse.
He really wanted to dunk that.
I thought he was going to. You could tell in my voice.
It was about to get exciting.
More snoop from the P8. Reese Vague sees the double. Reese Vague quickly spins, misses.
It's almost like Reese Vague wasn't super comfortable with Snoop. I feel like he has a different rhythm. Oh.
He seems more of a Buble guy.
I see what you're doing.
You know, lovely, melodic.
I feel like you're judging a book by its cover there.
Absolutely not. I just feel like he listens to the breeze.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see it. He's just driving around Napier and enjoying the sun. Convertible.
Loving the Art Deco.
Loving it. Started a photo blog about it. Tommy Ferguson scores again.
Updating his Pinterest page. I can't believe they called the foul on the second one there.
This is not the first one.
Not the first one.
Where he got tunneled.
But then Ferguson gets slammed, and then he's thought, wow, you know what? Probably in the review here, I'm going to get pulled up on the first one, so I might as well call the second.
Tommy Ferguson putting in some work in limited minutes here. A little bit of contact, no call.
Bucket.
Another young fella coming to attack.
Kirby Carter.
Kobe, when he shoots the ball, does he have to say Kobe every time?
Absolutely.
And was he named after the basketball player or the beef out of Japan?
I'm going basketball player.
Well, technically then, out of the beef out of Japan.
Yeah, you're right, actually.
Trick question.
Why are you putting that on me with 2:04 to go on the game? And I have to work with you tomorrow as well.
just trying to keep things entertaining.
That's right. We're on the Naki call tomorrow as well.
Back-to-back Naki.
Huskies.
Tough blow. This is Taranaki coming off a difficult game in Franklin last week, where they led from pip to nearly post and then gave it up in the fourth quarter. Would have been a great win on the road. Unfortunately outclassed today, as Jacob Chance is looking to secure win number 1 in his New Zealand NBL coaching debut. I don't know. Now the DJ's playing Little Queen, another one bites the dust. Is it too early?
Absolutely not.
You never know.
Is there a 30-point run coming?
There could be.
We're going to get overtime. We deserve it.
We do. I would love to see it. 10 straight threes.
Another turnover, Ross Batch.
Oh, he's thirsty. As he reaches double figures on 4 for 13 shooting. Tough night at the office, but gets the victory. Whoa!
How on earth did that find a teammate?
And the bucket, Carlisle.
Squeezes it through.
Well, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. I think Mobile Hill is just really trying to force the officials to blow the whistle, but they will not do it.
Marcel Jones saw that coming, drops it off. Carlisle's hit by Hiram Harris.
Hiram Harris has a no layup rule today.
He got one in the thigh, I think, as well.
And that's what you got to worry about with those starters still playing these minutes at this point, and he will now head to the bench. I believe Jono Jansen came in for him. Ethan Rusbatch, the sole starter out there.
Carlisle Smith at the line. Another loss for the Airs coming up. It'll be their 14th. Hawke's Bay's 12th win. They'll draw level with Southland Sharks in the wins-loss column. They'll only be separated by points differential. Southland play Canterbury next round. Hawke's Bay have Manawatu.
Scott Telfer gets the assist from Marcel Jones for the finish.
Quick hands.
There's this Mulvihill with the steal.
Telfer with the finish.
Back-to-back buckets for Telfer. As the clock slowly finds its way down to 0, and what was a overall end-to-end a dominating performance by the Hawke's Bay.
Time winds down. Here's Marcel Jones to close this game out. And Rusbatch for 100. Oh, of course he does.
No.
Ethan Rusbatch's first 3 of the game to close it out, and he gives them the 100. The ton is up. They get the dump. And Hawke's Bay handle the Airs 175 with ease. And the Airs will have to do it all again against the Huskies in less than 24 hours' time.
Well, dominating performance. You could pick a multitude of players from the Hawks, but to be the MVP. But really, it was just their combined effort and performance as a unit. 6 players in double figures.
And here are the games that are going to come up in the Sal's NBL. Casey and I will be on the call tomorrow for the Airs. We will be playing the Huskies. That's at 5 p.m. on Sky Sport.
Huskies got a chance to seal their Final Four spot with that one right there. If they don't, they'll have to get it done against the Saints the following week.
And the Saints, speaking of which, a rare treat, a Monday night game against the Go Media Otago Nuggets. And that's on Monday night at 7:30 on Sky Sport. Thanks so much for watching. It's the Hawks who get the win over the Airs, 175.